So the next thing I want to show you is the region selection mode. If you press Control-Shift-N, that's N is in November, Control-Shift-N, that will bring up region selection mode. And essentially what region selection mode is, it's a virtual mode that Logic Magician puts you in where you can move between the regions on the track. It's not going to wrap around, so when you get to the last region, it's going to make a sound to let you know you can't go any further. And when you get to the first region, it's going to make a sound to let you know you can't go any further. So it won't wrap around like it does when you're not in region selection mode. The other cool thing about region selection mode is as you left or right arrow, it will let you know which regions are selected and which ones are not. Now, this is useful because you can always press the down arrow to select a region, and you can press the up arrow to hear all your regions that are selected. So it's a really cool way if you want to select multiple regions in a row, or even especially if you want to select non-contiguous regions. So I'm going to press Control-Shift-N to go into region selection mode.
Region selection mode on. 3 regions on track solo part 1.
So you hear it say region selection mode on and 3 regions on track guitar solo part 1. So if I press the left arrow,
Selected solo part 1, comp A.
You hear it click. That tells me I'm already on the first region. I can't go any further.
Selected solo part 1, comp A.
Yeah, there's no previous region to select. And then you hear it say selected solo part 1, right? So now if I press the right arrow,
solo part 2, take 7.
Solo part 2.
Solo part 3, comp B.
And solo part 3. Now you're hearing it say comp A, take 7, comp B, in addition to the name that I gave these regions earlier. That's because these regions are take folders, and we'll get into the take folder aspect of this in a minute. So right now, the only thing that's selected is the first region. If I left arrow,
solo part 2, take 7. Selected solo part 1, comp A.
You hear it say selected solo part 1.
Selected solo part 1, comp A.
So now let's say I go back to that third region.
Solo part 2, solo part 3, comp B.
And I hit the down arrow.
Selected solo part 3, comp B.
You see it says selected. Now if I hit the right arrow,
selected solo part 3, comp B.
I can't go anywhere, and it's let me know that solo part 3 is selected. If I tap the left arrow,
solo part 2, take 7.
You see it just says solo part 2, take 7. It doesn't say anything about it being selected.
Selected solo part 1, comp A.
And that one says it's selected as well. If I wanted to unselect that, I could just
not selected solo part 1, comp A.
Press the down arrow, and you see it says not selected. If I press the left arrow,
solo part 1, comp A.
Can't go anywhere, and it lets me know that that region is not selected. So I'm going to reselect this.
Selected solo part 1, comp A.
So just press the down arrow to select it. Now if I press the up arrow, it's going to let me know which regions are selected.
Selected, solo part 1, comp A, solo part 3, comp B.
So you see it lets you know the names of the selected region. So that's going to be one good reason to name your regions going forward, because it does help you to understand which regions you might have selected. So I have those 2 regions selected, right? Solo part 1 and solo part 3. So region number 2 is not selected right now. We can press Control-Shift-N, the same key command we press to enter region selection mode, to exit region selection mode.
Region selection mode off.
You see it says region selection mode off. If I press N now,
2 selected.
It just tells me that there are 2 regions selected. And the nice thing about this is those 2 regions I have selected, I can copy, I can cut, I can solo, I can mute, because you can solo or mute selected region. Control S is how you solo selected regions, and Control M is how you mute selected region. So if I were to say do Control S, solo mode's on, and I'm still at bar 31. Let's do Control Home.
19 bar 7 beats 2 divisions.
And let's play from here. And you see that everything after this part is on the second region, which we did not select, so that region is not soloed. And then we're going to hear the third region start to play here in a second. Here it goes. So that's how you can do that. Now, if I hit Control S,
solo mode off.
We'll do the opposite here. If I hit Control M,
mute on.
You see I mute those 2 regions. So now if I play the project, there's no guitar solo right here. And then there is that little part there in the middle where it went silent. So There are multiple guitar solo tracks, by the way. So the stuff you started here at the end there was on a different track. But you see how in this case it didn't play the two regions that we had muted. So Control M will toggle mute for your selected regions, and let's go ahead and unmute those.
Mute off.
And Control S will toggle solo for your selected region. And another key command to be aware of is Shift D will unselect all your regions. So you remember I got the two regions selected now. If I press N,
2 selected.
see 2 selected. If I do Shift D,
Cleared selection.
and that's D is in Delta, Shift and D is in Delta, it said cleared selection. So now if I press N,
No region selected.
no regions are selected. So Shift D is how you can clear your selections. So that's region selection mode. Control Shift N will put you in region selection mode, where you can use left and right arrows to move between your regions. It will not wrap around like it does when you're outside of region selection mode. Down arrow will select your regions, and up arrow will tell you all the regions that are selected. Press Control Shift N to leave region selection mode. Then you can copy, cut, mute, move, etc., the regions that you have selected. So it's an easy way to select multiple regions or to select non-contiguous regions. We also discussed that Control S is to solo all your selected regions, and Control M is to mute all your selected region, and both of those key commands will toggle, so you can toggle solo or mute on and off. Shift D, and that's D is in Delta, Shift and D is in Delta, is how you can clear your selections. As always, you can find a link to a playlist with all the Logic Magician tutorials in the description below. And as always, until next time, happy recording.